instructional on sciatic nerve issues. Sciatic nerve issues come from bad posture, injuries to the lower back from lifting with improper form, or just over a long period of time just having a bad back. So the keys: fixing your bad posture. The big one is slumping. So slumping forward like this when you're seated, when you're driving, at a desk, when you're working on something, any sort of slumping forward is going to make that worse. It's going to push all the juice in your discs one direction and cause that disc to start to bulge and press on your sciatic nerve. So you want to eliminate any of that stuff. The most important time to be really careful is in the morning. Your discs attract fluid while you sleep, and they're the fullest in the morning. And so in the morning, you're going to notice your sciatic nerve pain is definitely the worst because that disc is pushing hardest against, or it's bulging the most, so it's pushing the hardest against the sciatic nerve. So you got to be extra careful in the morning. So be very diligent to roll out of bed carefully without slumping up. So rolling over and using your knees and your legs to kind of help yourself out of bed and using your tummy muscles a lot. Another one is putting your shoes on. So when you're putting your shoes on in the morning, you don't want to slump forward to put them on. You want to find something, or have your wife help you, or husband, or whatever it may be. But if you don't have anybody to help you, get your foot up and then shimmy your sock on like this by using the angle in your knee and your hip to get it on. Do the same thing with your shoes. With your pants, same thing. You got to use props and stuff so that you're not bending to put it on in the morning, because you're going to just immediately push that disc fluid back against the sciatic nerve. Because the exercises I'm going to show you is going to help correct that, but it needs to heal. So once we do these corrective exercises, we got to make sure that everything else we do as it's healing isn't causing that scab to tear off again on that disc that's going to need to heal. So with that said, let me move back up a little bit. And then throughout the rest of your day, when you're driving or when you're seated, make sure your rear end is all the way against the backrest and you're sitting up tall. Never let your hips go forward into that slump motion. When you're driving, don't let your left leg flop out against the door. Keep your legs straight. Keep that thing from flopping out against the door. When you're standing, try to stand straight. Try not to sit into a hip. Try to stand nice and straight. And this is especially while you're having issues. Once you're better, this stuff can kind of not be quite as important, but right now it's very important. So sitting up nice and tall anytime you're sitting in a chair. All right, then let's look at the first exercise. If you've got sciatic nerve pain right now, this one, you may want to do the easiest variation of this one, which is just, hopefully you can see me in this video, laying on the floor on your elbows. So what I recommend to most of my clients is lay on your elbows like this, and just relax your lower back, and watch TV for like 10 minutes. And just let your spine just relax like this. You don't have to watch TV, just whatever. Do this a couple times a day. You're going to find doing this in the morning might be really painful because those discs are really, really full. Once you're getting better, you want to try to even encourage a little bit more extension. So you do press-ups. You press up, count 1, 2, 3. Feel yourself exhale and let your hips drop more. Back down, relax. Press up, 1, 2, 3. And do about 10 of those. Otherwise, this right here is a pretty good way just to encourage that disc fluid back into the right position, especially if you can't handle the press-ups. All right, so that's number 1. Now, when you get up from that, when I get up from here, I don't want to roll up like a jumbo shrimp. I'm here, and I want to be very careful how I get up. So I'm going to roll and then get onto my knees. And I've kept my back very straight. But we don't need to get up because the second exercise is also on the floor. So most sciatic nerve pain is down the left side, and that has to do with the fact that our driver's seat is on the left side of your car, that the way our organs are arranged in your chest cavity, that most Americans are going to find that their sciatic nerve pain is on their left leg. Most of the time. I'd say 90%. So, if your sciatic nerve pain is on the left side, then here's what you do. Hands out to the side, and feet up if you can, but if not, just leave your feet on the floor, and let your knees roll to the left. And some of you might get really far, some maybe not, but you want to try to keep your shoulders on the ground and let your knees relax and roll to the left as far as they can, and hold that. Hold that for 3 to 5 minutes. Do that in conjunction with the press-ups or just the gentle extension I showed you earlier. Do that in conjunction a couple times a day. Never roll to the right. Never roll to the other side. Roll to the side of pain. Hold that. Do that a couple times a day. Keep good posture. Sit up nice and straight. Avoid really high impact activities while you're healing. Once your back feels better, once you're to about 100%, once it feels like 100% anyway, you've got 2 weeks. So 2 weeks of being ultra cautious, continuing with your exercises, being very careful in the morning, avoiding real high impact stuff that could put your back in a bad position for 2 weeks. Be real careful. Let that scab heal because it's going to tear off real easy during that 2-week time frame. After that, still being mindful of your posture, you should be able to get back to full speed ahead. Anyway, I'm Matt Biedron, and that is my fix, my quick and dirty fix for sciatic nerve pain. Thanks a bunch.